everyone, it's Shadow the Rat, and for today's video, I will be showing you how you can train your rats to fetch you a tissue from a tissue box. Now there is a prerequisite trick for this trick, and that is a generalized fetch. If you would like help teaching your rats to fetch, you can check out my trick tutorial video on how to do so, which I will be linking in the description down below. As for props, you will need a tissue and a tissue box, along with optionally some tape and a piece of cardboard. You can also use a clicker if you wish. One final note before we start, and that is if you would like some more information on some of the basics of rat training, feel free to check out my Ultimate Guide to Rat Training video, which I will also link in the description down below. Now to start training your rat to fetch you a tissue, you want to start by crumpling a tissue into a ball and tossing it a short distance away. Reward your rat when they fetch it to you, and if they seem reluctant to pick it up, you can initially reward them for any interest in it, then build this up to them biting it, picking it up, and finally them fetching it. Repeat this several times, really building up the connections between fetching you a tissue and getting a reward. Once they are consistently fetching the tissue when it's crinkled into a ball, then you want to start to slowly smooth out the tissue. The first few times you do this, you just want to uncrinkle the tissue a small bit, so that it still mostly has that initial ball shape. As your rat continues to successfully fetch the tissue each time though, you can then start to uncrinkle it more and more, until they are fetching you a fully open tissue. At this point, you can start working with the tissue box itself. If you think your tissue box may tip over, then it's a good idea to tape it to a large piece of cardboard when initially training this trick. Now just like before, you want to start by crinkling your tissue into a ball. Place the tissue ball on your tissue box and show it to your rat. Reward them once they have fetched you the tissue. Repeat this a few times, then start to gradually uncrinkle the tissue. Just like before, you want to make sure that your rat is consistently fetching the tissue each time before unfolding it further. Once they can fetch you a flat tissue from on top of the box, you want to switch it out for a new tissue that has never been crinkled. Have your rat fetch this to you from on top of the tissue box a few times, then start to gradually place the tissue into the tissue box. Start by just placing a third into the tissue box, and then rewarding your rat for fetching you the tissue. Gradually start to place more and more of the tissue into the tissue box, until only the top remains for your rat to grab when fetching you the tissue. At this point, you can optionally have your rat fetch you a fresh tissue that you have never pulled out of the tissue box before, but be aware that they may accidentally pull out several tissues if you do this, and so it may be better to just stick to a tissue that you have put in the box yourself. If you had taped down your tissue box when initially training this trick, you can now also remove it from the cardboard and simply work with the tissue box freestanding. Once your rat is consistently fetching you the tissue, you now want to fade out your lure. You can do this by starting to gesture at the tissue box and then just point at the tissue box to cue your rat to run over and fetch you a tissue. And that's all there is to it! Training your rat to fetch you a tissue is a fun trick that is a real crowd favorite, and it's a great step up from regular fetch. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye! Hey guys, so before I go, I just wanted to go ahead and give a quick shout out to my channel members. Thank you guys so much for your support, it really means a lot to me. Again, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great day.